On a serene mountain cliff, where gentle winds whispered secrets and the sun cast soft golden rays, stood Xian, the Eagle Warrior. Each morning, he trained tirelessly, his movements embodying the grace of an eagle in flight. The atmosphere around him hummed softly as he leaped into the sky, soaring effortlessly like his avian kin. With heightened senses and agility bestowed upon him by a celestial bond, he felt profoundly alive amidst nature's embrace. He glided through the tranquil blue skies. Xian often shared quiet moments with eagles circling above. Keen instincts guided him, teaching him to observe not just with his eyes, but also with his heart. These magnificent birds were more than mere creatures. They were companions offering wisdom from the heavens. Every flap of their wings came lessons on freedom and courage. This peaceful moment of training, Elijah appeared a figure draped in ethereal robes that shimmered gently like starlight. Her eyes reflected ancient wisdom as she approached Xian with urgency that quickened his heartbeat. He warned him of dark clouds gathering on the horizon, swirling ominously an omen hinting at impending danger. Meanwhile, far from Xian's lofty perch, lay a different scene unfolding beneath heavy clouds, the plotting lair of General Kael. This ruthless leader commanded an army fueled by greed and ambition. He coveted Xian's homeland for its breathtaking beauty and abundant resources. Apps sprawled across wooden tables marked territories ripe for conquest, as Kael devised plans to invade without mercy. Xian's village, nestled among lush valleys and rivers sparkling under sunlight, lived Isla, a spirited young girl, whose admiration for Xian was woven into her very being. Tales of his bravery filled her heart with hope stronger than steel swords forged in battle. From her vantage point, she watched Xian train day after day, his strength inspiring her resolve to stand beside him when darkness threatened their home. With Elijah's warning echoing softly in his mind and memories of laughter from villagers ringing clear like chimes in springtime air, Xian felt a stirring within, a call to adventure beckoning louder than ever before. He understood it was not merely his own life at stake, but that of everyone he cherished. The winds began to shift once more as they carried forth whispers of destiny. The stage was set for battle against those who sought only destruction, while he alone embodied hope's enduring flame. Thus began a journey amidst soaring eagles above and brewing storms below, a journey destined to change everything forevermore, as chaos erupted during a festival celebrating nature's bounty. General Kael led his forces into battle against unsuspecting villagers. Panic engulfed the crowd as invaders struck without warning. Fear spread like wildfire amongst those unprepared for conflict. Xian took flight above the battlefield, using his keen vision to scout enemy positions while coordinating defenses from above like an eagle surveying its territory. Elijah used her powers to bless Xian with enhanced abilities that allowed him to fight fiercely against overwhelming odds, yet cautioned him about overextending himself. It's the turmoil below. Isla found courage amid fear as she aided wounded villagers, her spirit shining bright even in adversity, while vowing to protect her home alongside their beloved warrior. Battles raged on relentlessly. General Kael captured some villagers, including Isla, using them as leverage against Xian. Feeling despair at Isla's capture, yet fueled by determination, Xian sought guidance from the spirit of the eagle during a moment of solitude atop a sacred peak. The spirit imparted wisdom about true strength, reminding him that protecting his people transcended brute force. It required strategy intertwined with compassion. With renewed vigor surging through him, Xian devised a plan not just for rescue, but also aimed at defeating Kael's forces decisively, without further bloodshed if possible. Armed with newfound tactics inspired by Eagle's hunting strategies, Xian launched an unexpected night raid on Kael's camp, intended for rescuing Isla, while dismantling enemy morale without unnecessary violence. Epic confrontation unfolded where each side showcased their might. However, this time, wisdom prevailed alongside battle prowess, led by eagles soaring overhead, symbolizing unity among nature's creatures, fighting together for peace. A climactic face-off between Xian and General Kael under moonlight, filled with flapping wings echoing cries for freedom. Xian emerged victorious, yet chose mercy when confronting Kael upon witnessing how darkness had corrupted even brave. Hearts yearning only for power rather than glory or peace, This decision inspired others within both camps toward forgiveness, instead of vengeance fostering lasting change thereafter among all involved. The story concludes with celebration in the village, honoring their beloved eagle warrior, while Isla expresses heartfelt gratitude towards him, a symbol igniting hope anew across generations, whispering forth legends carried onward through. I'm immortalized forevermore within CraneSongTales. A sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the land. A festive atmosphere of the village was palpable as families gathered to celebrate nature's bounty. Laughter and music filled the air, creating a serene backdrop that would soon be shattered. Villagers danced and sang, blissfully unaware of the impending threat lurking nearby. General Kael's forces approached silently through the dense forests bordering Xian's homeland. Clad in dark armor with eyes glinting like sharpened steel, they were a menacing sight in ominous contrast to the joyous celebration unfolding. Xian soared high above the festivities, his keen eyes scanning for any sign of danger. He reveled in his connection with eagles soaring alongside him. Their cries resonated within him like an echo of freedom. Elijah appeared on the cliffside below, grounding him amidst the chaos that loomed ahead. With urgency, she raised her hands towards Xian and urged him to prepare for battle. The gathering clouds foretold more than just a storm. They heralded something darker, encroaching upon their peace. He descended gracefully beside Elijah. Xian felt an electric tension in the air, a stark awareness of what was about to unfold. Elder placed her hand gently on his shoulder, imparting strength while cautioning him against underestimating their enemy's resolve. Moments later, chaos erupted as General Kael launched his surprise attack on unsuspecting villagers celebrating their festival. Urged from the trees like shadows come alive, swift and brutal. Punctured joyful melodies, as confusion spread among those reveling, people scrambled to gather their loved ones and defend their homes against overwhelming odds. Adrenaline coursed through Xian's veins as he sprang into action once more. He took flight above the frantic scene below where villagers fought valiantly yet blindly against armed invaders who came without mercy or regard for life. From high above, he assessed positions and movements with clarity, their formations disorganized but relentless in intent. Below him lay Isla amidst frightened friends, despite trembling hands and wide eyes shimmering with fear yet lit by determination. She rallied them together. In perfect synchrony, with instinctive grace bestowed upon him by ancient spirits residing within every feather of an eagle's wing. He called down commands guiding them towards safety, while inspiring courage within hearts once fraught with despair. Leisure remained rooted at her post near sacred ground. Where magic flowed strongest, she harnessed it carefully, while weaving protective spells around Xian mid-flight, enhancing not only his abilities, but ensuring hope endured amongst those besieged. Amidst valorous defense, fueled by raw emotion, echoing through each clash of weapons, ringing out like mournful symphonies across twilight skies, Xian felt exhaustion creeping upon him, battling against ceaseless foes descending like locusts upon fertile fields cherished by generations, now clashing ruthlessly beneath savage blades, stained crimson anew. Isla moved swiftly among wounded warriors, tending to injuries using herbal remedies whispered down through time from elders. Past bravery sparked forth deep within her chest, igniting fierce resolve to fight for home. Was not just an eagle duty, but hers too. Just when it seemed darkness might swallow everything whole, a brilliant flash illuminated both battlefield and heart alike, as Xian soared overhead, once more calling forth winds filled with promise gifted by seen wings beckoning forth hope anew amid despair, played out below an omen, perhaps signaling brighter days ahead. If united, they could rise together against oppressive shadows looming ever closer, yet never truly extinguishing light. Forevermore, as the moonlight bathed the land in a silver glow, Xian stood at the edge of a cliff, gazing down at General Kael's camp, nestled in the valley below. A flickering flames of campfires illuminated weary soldiers who had once seemed invincible but now appeared uncertain. At night, he would fight not only for Isla's freedom, but to restore hope to his people. Xian inhaled deeply, feeling the cool night air fill his lungs. He recalled the spirit of the eagle's wisdom. Strength is found not just in power, but also in wisdom and compassion. With each heartbeat resonating with purpose, energy surged through him like a river, flowing unimpeded toward its destination. His plan was simple yet powerful, using stealth and strategy rather than brute force. Xian envisioned himself as an eagle soaring above chaos, vigilant over both friend and foe. He would strike when they least expected it, dismantling their resolve without unnecessary bloodshed. With silent grace, he descended from his high perch into the shadows that cloaked him from view. Each step echoed softly against the earth as he approached the encampment. The sounds of laughter mingled with clinking metal, unwary warriors, unwound after a day filled with conflict of vulnerability waiting to be seized. Nearer to Kael's tent, where captives were held tightly bound by ropes, Xian paused under cover of darkness. Gust of wind rustled leaves around him, the spirit of nature weaving its magic into this pivotal moment. He could almost hear Isla's voice faintly calling out on the breeze, her unwavering spirit ignited within him an unquenchable fire. Two guards patrolled nearby, their silhouettes cast long shadows upon ground, illuminated by flickering flames behind them. An instant decision fueled by instinct honed through countless hours, spent training alongside eagles, Xian sprang forward, with agility born from celestial blessings. In swift motion resembling an eagle diving toward prey, he subdued one guard while neutralizing another before either could raise alarm. With practiced hands tied quickly behind their backs and secured against sturdy posts, nearby Xian turned his focus back toward liberating those trapped within darkness' grasp. Finally reaching Isla's prison, where she sat trembling yet resolute despite fear surrounding her, a radiant spark shining amidst despair, Xian knelt beside her, gently whispering assurances meant only for her ears alone. Safety surrounded them now. Isla met his gaze filled with relief intermingled deeply rooted admiration. Together, they shared an understanding transcending spoken words. Resilience bound them stronger than chains forged from iron, intent on breaking spirits down into dust. As they worked quietly to free other villagers captured alongside Isla during earlier turmoil, a soft rustle emerged from deeper shadows, catching Xian's heightened senses, alerting him that danger lurked near. The battle cries pierced. Like sharp knives cutting tender flesh, General Kael had discovered something amiss within his ranks. Yet instead of panic rising within Xian's heart, the wisdom imparted by Elijah flowed effortlessly, guiding every thought, guiding each movement until clarity shone bright amongst impending chaos looming ahead. Xian led Isla and their companions away from imminent peril, striving toward safety beyond reach, yet ever present in minds entwined through struggle. Against oppressive forces threatening peace itself, they dashed between trees, casting fleeting glances backward, witnessing soldiers stirring beneath remnants, once deemed impervious now crumbling under weight borne heavily upon weary souls. Tasked solely with carrying burdens not theirs alone, in mere moments reflecting eternity, they emerged victorious, fleeing back toward familiar landscapes, woven tightly among echoes, resonating forth promising liberation everlasting brought forth anew. And as dawn began unfurling its golden rays upon horizon, it felt as if every heartbeat synchronized harmoniously, echoing songs whispered throughout ages past, celebrating unity forged amid adversity, uplifting spirits higher than clouds, resting far above dreaming eagles currently soaring freely across skies painted radiant hues, illuminating paths, unseen beckoning adventures waiting just beyond sight. Together, they made their way homeward, drawing strength from who found bonds forged amidst trials, faced bravely hand in hand, embracing possibilities, blossoming forth, even brighter than stars twinkling above, reminding all hearts longing for change that true freedom thrives, birthed among love shared really across generations, intertwining destinies forevermore. The night air was thick with tension as Xian prepared to launch his unexpected raid against General Kael's camp. Clad in darkness, he embraced the shadows that cloaked his movements, mind racing with strategies learned from observing eagles. He knew when to strike and when to retreat, a dance between patience and power he intended to replicate. Each breath filled him with the energy of the night, mingling with the distant sounds of Kael's forces, the low murmurs and crackling campfires reminding him of what lay ahead. His heart beat steadily like eagle wings ready for flight, filled with resolve and purpose. Xian approached the enemy encampment under a shroud of starlight, He marveled at how nature conspired with him. Moonlight glimmered upon dew-kissed grass like scattered diamonds, while silent winds wrapped around him like protective feathers, urging him onward. He felt the presence of the spirit of the eagle, its ethereal guidance soaring alongside him, whispering ancient wisdom into his ear. Within moments, Xian reached vantage points overlooking Kael's camp. He peered down through layers of darkness, where soldiers huddled together, some resting while others remained alert, unaware that danger lurked just beyond their sight. With steady breaths grounding him in focus, he recalled every lesson shared by Elijah and every instinct gifted by his avian companions. This would be more than mere force; it would require striking smartly and decisively. With a swift motion driven by strategy rather than chaos, Xian signaled to a flock of eagles nesting nearby, creatures born from freedom, now lending their might to reclaim it for all who suffered beneath oppression. They swooped down silently like whispers on the wind. Confusion erupted in Kael's camp, the startled soldiers looking up toward skies filled with flapping wings resembling dark clouds come alive. Drawing strength from this momentary distraction, Xian dove into action amidst clashing shadows, weaving tales unknown across unmarked ground, where courage blossomed anew each time light broke through gloom harbored far too long within hearts yearning desperately for liberation. Struggle ensued as villagers allied themselves alongside Xian under moonlit skies. Warriors, who had once fought blindly, now moved with newfound clarity, directed by an eagle's keen eye guiding them toward hope, laid bare before them. Like promises kept safe against storms past, yet not forgotten entirely, Xian confronted General Kael amid swirling dust, kicked up from frenzied footfalls. They faced one another, illuminated only by flickering flames reflecting raw emotions etched deeply within souls capable still of redemption despite paths. A confront with conflict born out of greed, rather than valor or honor, revered high above history's pages, waiting patiently woven through time eternal, as countless stories told before echoed throughout ages henceforward evermore. Lingering softly, just beyond reach forevermore. That climactic moment, shrouded between valorous spirit fighting against oppressive malice, bound not merely by bloodlust, but something deeper, yearning forth a desire perhaps long ignored, hidden beneath arrogance, led astray till now to conquer one's own fears rather than enemies stood tall before them, waiting patiently for resolution, birthed anew beneath silvery moonlight, shining bright like stars twinkling across fathomless skies overhead, casting gentle warmth. Throughout gathered souls surrounding them, two whispering encouragement, forth into battle, lost, but never truly defeated, holy henceforth eternally held dear, until dawn broke anew, heralding peace reborn, lasting forth into eternity promised. Once more, steel clashed against steel and cries resounded amidst tumultuous tides, rising ever higher, still striving amongst warriors, caught halfway betwixt good intentions turned sour, yet seeking understanding deeper still. Something shifted within both men, standing resolute, finally confronting themselves amidst all turmoil, wrought henceforth, instead seeking redemption over destruction, carving paths, moving forward, proclaiming liberty reclaimed, forged anew, fresh beginnings. Ushered gently forth, becoming luminous echoes, reverberating tenderly through vast unbroken fields, stretching horizons, beckoning forth brighter tomorrows, awaiting quietly close thereafter, inspiring generations, untold, remembering forever. Forging bonds everlasting, stitched neatly together through resilience stronger than fear alone could sever anymore. Thus whispered legends carried onward, weaving dreams anew throughout lands untouched, promising futures brightened awaiting. Hands clasped tightly, unfurling brightly vivid colors across endless tapestries, adorned beautifully crafted lives, entwined forevermore, left behind, yet entwined always forward, leading home steadfast, returning safely unto love everlasting. United strong, brightly shining hopes, growing ever brighter, cherished beyond measure, till twilight fades gracefully, yielding unto dawn once again, sweeping joys, imbued richly, singing praises forth eternally, celebrating lives lived. Passionately kindness rendered deep within hearts, blooming bright, forged clear pathways toward glorious heights, reaching starward, embracing infinity, timeless, boundless, soaring freely amongst skies alight.